to you in real time. All right, so let's shift gears for a second. So we had some, it was exciting.
It was exciting.
Exciting event. Carlene and Jane were pacing. Y'all were pacing. Y'all were nervous. You're nervous. We're talking about the Blue Origin flight that happened yesterday. A lot of eyes, a lot of memes, a lot of questions on social media. So let me set the scene for you in case you were you missed out on this. So Blue Origin, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' space tourism company, completed its latest space flight yesterday with 6-member all-female crew. That included pop singer Katy Perry, CBS Morning host Gayle King, Lauren Sanchez, and a few other women, Aisha Bowe, Amanda Nguyen, and Carrie Ann Flynn. I just want to make sure I get all the names in. But those were the women on that flight. They made it back safely. But as I mentioned, there are some questions. And so I had to enlist the help of Megan Bragg, Verified reporter, traffic anchor, Megan Bragg. Okay, so we had this flight yesterday. Carlene and Jane were nervous. A lot of folks. It was a cool thing. We're really cool. But one thing that stuck out to me, and we talked about it in our morning meeting, as soon as they got off those post-flight interviews, the reporter there said, "How does it feel to be an astronaut?" And that raised a lot of questions online.
Right.
Yeah.
And even Gayle King's like, I don't know if we would go that far. And she kind of had a point, because there are 3 people, or I should say 3 agencies, that designate who can be an astronaut, or a definition of the astronaut, and that's NASA, the FAA, and the military. So these 3 can say, yes, you're an astronaut, no, you're not an astronaut. So, but there's a lot of they actually hold different definitions. So let's look at NASA's and the military's definition first. So basically, they're launched as crew members aboard a NASA spacecraft. Now, remember, this is not a NASA spacecraft. This was a private company, Amazon, So, and it's bound for orbit and beyond, and selected to join NASA Corps of astronauts who make star sailing their profession. I love how they say star sailing. So it has to be like a professional who is in NASA and selected as an astronaut itself. So that's what NASA and the military's definition is. Now, in 2006, the FAA did, when commercial space travel started, they did make a criteria of who can be given their astronaut wings, they say. And then in 2021, when it became more and more popular, because remember, you have the Virgin spacecrafts too going up. That kind of like started everything. They started honing down on what makes criteria. So there's a whole list of things, but I'm just going to go through the most important ones. So they need to meet specific training.
Okay.
On a flight, they need to be at least 50 miles above the Earth's surface.
Okay.
Now, granted, Blue Origin did go 66.5 miles above the surface.
So they can check something
off.
Okay.
So they can check something off, but you need all of these to be an astronaut. You have to demonstrate activities essential to public safety or human space flight safety. So they have to be either on a mission, or they have to be fixing something, or they have to be in the first ever spacecraft of something, So, but none of them really meet this criteria, except for the 66.5 miles above the surface of the Earth. So it's really up to, the FAA, NASA, and the military to either deem them an astronaut or not. Now, there's like an honorary astronaut. If they'll be given that, it's maybe, but it doesn't seem like it will be given to them. Yeah.
Has anybody, and I don't want to throw you off with this question.
No. Okay. And so when I was looking into this, I think Virgin Atlantic, they were given astronaut status because they helped create commercial spacecraft. So that would fall under space flight safety.
Yeah.
But because there's so many people going to space now, the FAA is like, we're not. This is people who go to space, and they'll be put on a different list of people who went to space, but they won't be on the astronaut list. So,
and look, this was a real question in the morning meeting.
Oh, absolutely.
If we were able to go, because it is becoming more prevalent. Granted, there are people with certain access to things.
Yes,
are able
exactly.
To go,
I mean, it's like millionaires can go to space now, which is really cool. Good for them. I mean, this was the first female crew since in like 60 years, which is also very exciting. But yeah, I mean, you know, and also too, this spacecraft was. They didn't fly it, right? It was just, they were controlling from the ground. And so they just went up and kind of, you know, woo, like it wasn't like anything, weren't like, you know, contributing anything crazy to like helping another spacecraft up there or saving anyone or, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's fun. It's cool.
It is cool. And I'm looking at the video. We're playing the video right now. And it's, a lot of people got a kick out of it. I did too. Gayle King's face. Yeah. Before she rang the bell. I mean, you see it right here. She's nervous. She's nervous.
I mean, listen. I would be so nervous. I would be so nervous. And everyone's starting on them for like kissing the ground when they come back. But I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And
what would you do? The first thing you got if it was you?
I don't know if I'd kiss the ground. I'd just be like, and I mean, maybe I would. Who knows? I don't know. I'd just be really excited to be back on Earth. Something I never really want to do is go to space. I just don't really need to go to space. But no, I think it's really cool. It's a great experience, and it was fun to watch. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it did a lot. I saw a lot of memes, a lot of videos.
Yeah, there's a lot. Of course, there is. This day and age of social media. Everyone's gonna do something, right? Yeah. So.
But I'm sure that was a question. That's a question that a lot of folks had, and I'm glad you were able to break that down for us. Where can we check out your story tonight?
5:45. It will air WCNC, and then of course we'll have it on our WCNC app. And online, WCNC.com. And streaming, WCNC Plus. What else do I need to plug?
I was like, I didn't want to cut her off because she kept going. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So check that out.
Megan Bragg, you're the best. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it was.
Nick.
Look, man, Carlene is probably still nervous over here.
I've calmed down, and I've thought long and hard about what I'd do if I got off the capsule after that. And honest to God, I'd probably crack a beer. I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, Mom. I would 100% do that.
I'm not mad at you for that one because look, it is one of those sort of moments where you're like you just don't know. But I'm glad it was safe. It was a good time. It provided a lot of great content on social media, and I'm glad we were able to break that down for folks. So that was a legitimate question.